Greetings, vinyl community. This is Jason with Jason's Vinyl Lab coming at you with another video. And in today's video, I am going to give my final review. I did a first impression video a couple weeks ago of the new Judas Priest album, Invincible Shield. Well, today I'm going to give my final review. I've listened to it a couple more times, and I gotta tell you, it's actually, I like it even more than my first impression. I think my first impression, I might have given it an 8 out of 10. I can't remember. There was a couple of songs I would have said those are my least favorite songs. Those songs have really grown on me. And yeah, I'm ready to give my final review. So this, again, is Invincible Shield. This is the indie exclusive on red vinyl. There was a few different variants. There's a blue vinyl. They're all exclusive to different places, websites, what have you. There's a pink vinyl and a purple vinyl, and there's also a picture disc, and then of course the standard black vinyl. I had the intention of just buying the standard black vinyl because I have all those colors, on different records. I didn't really need anything, of those colors. But when I went to Kingfish Records here, well, not where I live, but close to where I live in Clearwater, Florida, that's just what they had out. I was too lazy to ask. I didn't think about it. They had that on display. I just picked up a copy and I bought it, and that just was on red vinyl, and that's just the way it turned out. So it was not intentional. It doesn't bother me. Red vinyl's cool, but I would have been happy with the black vinyl. But anyway, there's 11 tracks. There is 3 bonus tracks that were if you bought the deluxe edition, which came with an extra 7-inch vinyl. I didn't know about that at the time when I pre-ordered it. I wish I had. It's sold out now, and from the European store, you could have bought just the 7-inch vinyl by itself. That is also sold out. So if I really want those, a physical copy of them, I'm going to have to resort to buying the CD, which I haven't bought a CD in well over 10 years. It's the Target exclusive CD, which has those 3 bonus tracks on it. Side rant, I feel that the music industry has gone the way of what the video game industry has done. Let me explain. The video game industry over the last, I guess this really started to become a problem when the original, maybe a year or so after the original Xbox came out, where they would make games, purposely make extra content right after the game came out for you to spend more money to buy more content, known as DLC, downloadable content. I feel that obviously you're not downloading the music when you're buying a physical format, but it's the same kind of concept where if you want the full package, you got to pay more. You got to buy the deluxe edition. And I really hate that. It's happening more and more. It seems, not all the bands do it. But, a lot of you know who Scott Waters is. He says that you don't want to go over 18 minutes. Some people say 22 minutes per side on a record. Even if you cut it off at 18 minutes on 4 sides, you're looking at, 72 minutes right there. This album is a total of 52 minutes and change with the 11 songs. The 3 bonus tracks are all 4 or so minutes, 4.5 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. You're looking at maybe 14 minutes total with those 3 songs. So even if you had included them on this record, you're looking at, 66 minutes maybe. Easily could have on the 4 sides. There's really no reason. It was just done. It's a cash grab. I really can't necessarily blame Judas Priest. Maybe it was the record label, promoters, who knows how that all works. But I don't like the way that goes. Anyway, rant aside, back to the main album. I gotta tell you, this is an absolute masterpiece. I think last time I said there was 3 songs that were not my favorite. I wouldn't say that I didn't like them. I just thought they were just decent. They're great. All 11 songs are great. If I had to pick one song as my least favorite, and this is nothing against that song, it's just the other 10 are just that much better. I don't know if I can do it, but if I guess I had to, Man, maybe Escape from Reality, which is an amazing song. I'm going to give that at least an 8.5 out of 10. But everything else is at least a 9 out of 10. Overall, this record, I'm going to give it a 9. I'm going to say it's a 9.5. If they had those 3 other songs, I haven't heard them yet. If they're just as good as these songs and they didn't do that cash grab, again, it might not be the fault of Judas Priest. It could be the record label. I don't really know. Maybe it would be a 10 out of 10. But it still irritates me that happens more and more now. You know, if you're going to release an album, I know it's always been the case where bands would have one song maybe where they would hold it as a B-side to a single to, bring attention to the album or a radio single and what have you. But it's gotten to the point where it's multiple songs now. And you got bands releasing albums. Buy it at Walmart and get this track. Buy it at Target, get this track. You want this cover. It's getting absurd. Just release one record. I don't mind when they release colored vinyl. I appreciate it myself. But don't release it on 10 different colors. Not that they did that. There's 4 different colors plus a picture disc. But you get what I'm saying. Like, I think there was a Taylor Swift record, which, take it or leave it. I don't personally get into Taylor Swift. But the most recent record had 9 or 10 variants. There was one of the guys from Kiss came up with a solo record a few years ago. I can't remember which one. I don't know if it was Paul Stanley or Gene Simmons. I don't remember who. But there was 15 different variants. It's ridiculous. I understand giving your customers choice, but let's keep it to 3 colors at the most. Do an indie exclusive, do an exclusive to your site, and then maybe one other, that you can buy anywhere. Let's limit it. That way, if you want to buy everything, you're not buying 20 copies of one album. But that's just my opinion. The record itself, the music is amazing. I'm probably going to have to buy the Target version of the CD. I haven't bought it. The last CD I bought was, I think, Beyond Magnetic, which was the 4 extra tracks that Metallica recorded from the sessions of Death Magnetic. I didn't buy it, at the time when it came out. I think it came out a couple of years, a year or so, maybe a couple of years after that record. I bought it 2013, 14 maybe. That's the last CD I bought. Oh, excuse me. It came out of nowhere. Anyway, I don't have a CD player in the car, so I don't know. Maybe I'll just stream it. Who knows? But I'm considering buying the CD. I haven't really made my mind yet. But yes, you got the 11 tracks on here. Every track on here, at least an 8.5. I might even give that one a 9. This is an absolute masterpiece. I don't have every Priest album. I have British Steel. I've got Screaming for Vengeance, Defenders of the Faith, Painkiller, and then this one. That's it for the studio albums. And I have one of their live albums, Unleashed in the East, which came out I think in '78. Of the ones I own, this is their best record. And I was just checking out louder.com, and they did a ranking, including this album. They put this, I think, at number 7. Screaming for Vengeance was their number 1. Fantastic album, but even that has a couple of songs that are just decent. This has no decent songs. This has 11 amazing songs. There's no, you got another thing coming on here, but these are just as good, if not, at least very, very close. And it's 11 really, really great songs. I'm going to say this is their best record to date. From one of the 5 that I own, at least. I've heard a lot of the other ones. I don't think I've ever heard any of their 70s material as a whole. I've heard a lot of the different songs. I've never heard a whole album. So, I'm not the most hardcore Priest fan. So I'm not the best person to ask. I've heard point of entry, all that. I've heard turbo, ram it down. I've heard a lot of the material. I just don't own it all. But this is an absolute must-have, hands down, at least a 9 out of 10, maybe 9.5. Go and buy it. You won't be sorry if you haven't already. And that's it. I'm going to be doing another review today, the latest Dragon Force review. That'll be up some point later on today. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video. God bless, and I'll see you all later.